Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And I'm going to try to catch up on videos today, because I did promise that I would do a video on propane tanks, valves, and a little bit of maintenance on them. Okay, so one of the things you need to know is this is the old style valve with the star type handle on it. Okay, now for most of the smaller tanks, the small 5-gallon tanks or 20-pound tanks as they call them, they'll have a triangular shaped handle on it. And they have on here, they have this type of fitting coming out. Okay? In my opinion, whoever invented this should be shot. They're freaking idiots, okay? It makes it easier to get your valve or your hose connected because it's a big plastic handle and you can do it by hand, and I'll show you that right here. Like these. Okay? Now, the problem is that originally, the original valve used that type of connection right there. Okay? Which is basically this end of this connection. Now these are adapters that you can buy online, and this makes the old style handle the new style connectors. I don't like them at all. I really don't. And one of the main things I don't like about them is the original type that went inside there, the part that's going inside there, this part, has a little O-ring on it, but it also has a tapered fitting here, which is like a flare, not a flare fitting, but a gas fitting, a standard gas fitting like this one right here. Okay, and those hold really well and they don't leak. Okay, and the actual rubber O-ring on there is an added addition for a good seal. Now on this side, on the new end, they have that one flat rubber washer in there. Okay. The problem is that when this pointed end goes into there, which is on the inside of this thing, it's still there. When you tighten it down, you crush it and you taper that inside washer into a cone shape. And then in the cold, that rubber washer gets stiff and it causes leaks. And where does it leak? It'll leak out right here between the plastic coupler and the brass, because that seal on the inside is not holding the pressure. It's not sealing it. Okay, so I hope that makes sense, but it's just a real stupid thing. Now here's the next thing that's stupid. Okay, so originally these threads here are what we call reverse thread or left-hand thread. So where you would normally tight to the right, but this one you would tight to the left. Okay, the one that goes into there. So that's one thing. But look inside of here. It's threaded, right? And what do those threads fit? They fit that fitting. So if you have the new fitting on a tank, your old hose fitting will still fit inside of there. You don't have to have the new hose fitting. You could use either or. So it really didn't solve any problem. This would become just an extension. It's an added fitting that leaks. It's ridiculous. It's a stupid thing. I don't think the guy really thought that through, but he's making money on it because they make these out of brass. And of course, brass isn't cheap. But then again, he got somebody to legislate a new law that says you got to have that fitting on the new tanks. You can't have the old type of fitting like that. Well, I didn't mind having a wrench handy like that to put the hose in and out when I had to. Originally, this is what I had in here, okay? And that threaded into the tank right there, and that caused the seal, all right? And then on this end, it had the compression fitting like this one, so that, well, on this one I had a flare fitting. I'm sorry, compression fitting, and I should have a flare fitting like that. So when I put the new one on, I modified it and I put a flare fitting on, which is better for gas. All right, now on the compression fitting, I went 8 years or so with it on there without a problem. It never leaked. And that's what's on there. And it doesn't leak. Okay, so there's pluses and minuses to it. Because people that are in the gas business will say, oh no, you can't use a compression fitting. You got to have a flare fitting. Yeah, well, that's why they have people like you working in government, because you do stupid things and you get away with it. So anyway, that's what the story is on these things. Now, in the description of this video, I will leave a link to where you can buy the inside and the outside O-ring online, and they're not that expensive, but you can buy them in a 10-pack. It's like 10 of each in the pack. I don't know, under $10. So it's worth having those on hand, because if you're out here and it's wintertime and you're getting cold and you try to connect your new tank up and it's leaking out of there like mine was, what are you going to do if you don't have a replacement seal? You're kind of screwed, aren't you? Well, I just happen to have this extra fitting, which is the one that's going inside of there on both of these there. So I just happen to have it in my spare tank. So I took the one out of the spare tank and I put it in there because this one was leaking. And the one thing that happens too is if you have this on there, and I did when I went to have my tank filled, the guy that's in the filling station will actually compress that ring on you, so when it comes back to your fitting, it doesn't seal. So it'll ruin it. So from now on, whenever I go to have a tank filled, I will take this piece out before I go and let him use the old style connector on there with a wrench to have to tighten it in, instead of the new style here, because what they try to do is they try to get that on as tight as possible, because when they're putting the pressure in, they don't want it to leak. And they end up crushing your inside gasket there. Now this one is no good. This one leaks. So I have to order the new ones, but I have to wait until the affordability is there before I can order a set. But you'll find the link down below, and you can use that link to buy them if you need them. If you have propane and you're using this new type of plastic connector, you definitely want to have those on hand. There's no doubt about it, believe me. All right, everybody. So that's that. Now, other than that part of the maintenance, the other thing is, you should always, whenever you're coming out to change tanks, always bring a bottle of Windex with you. Not cheap imitation Windex. I mean real Windex. And I found that to be a great tester for propane leaks. So after you make your connections, spray the fitting with the Windex and watch to see if you see any little air bubbles. If you do, you've got a leak and you have to tighten something or replace a seal. Now this one, when this one was in there, there was no doubt that it was leaking, because as soon as you crack the valve open, it would spray gas out of here. Okay, now the other thing is that I want to make sure I mention it again, because I have already. These valves on these tanks are two-way seals inside of that valve section. Okay, so when you tighten it in clockwise and lock it down, it seals gas from coming out of the tank up into the valve head here. Now the shaft that goes from this handle down inside, doesn't really have a good super seal on the shaft itself. So in order to make sure that it seals and it doesn't leak from the shaft under here, when you open it, you have to open it all the way until you feel it's tight like this, so that it's not leaking out of there. Otherwise your tank's going to go empty on you. But to be sure, always spray it with your Windex. Spray all connections. Spray up underneath there, spray down here, spray in here, spray over here, spray over here, spray over here, spray over here. Spray everything. Make sure you don't see any air bubbles anywhere. All right, everybody. That's it for the propane lesson of the day. School is dismissed. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up on your way out the door.